don't need a high-end designer or a lot of money to get a luxe look. Be your own interior designer.
This is Affordable Interior Design, the podcast.
Here's your host, Betsy Helmuth.
My first question comes all the way from Astoria, Queens in New York, and this is Rebecca. Rebecca writes, Betsy, how do you choose throw pillows for your couch? Do you use the ones that came with the couch or do you replace them? Our couch is dark gray. Our accent chair is dark but a vibrant blue. Thanks. First things first, Rebecca. Absolutely not. You never, ever, 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 ever use the throw pillows that came with the couch. Typically, the throw pillows that come with the couch are the same material as the couch. So your couch is dark gray. Typically, the pillows would also be dark gray. And accent pillows are meant to accentuate something different, to provide some contrast. In fact, all good design provides contrast. So if the items that you're putting on your couch, whether it's a throw blanket or additional pillows, are not providing contrast, in other words, when you squint, if you can't really differentiate the pillows or the throw blanket from the sofa, you're doing it wrong. We need contrast. So if the sofa's dark, we may want to pick lighter throw pillows. If the sofa's a cool color like gray is, we may want to warm it up a little bit with warm throw pillows like yellow, oranges, reds, even a cream, right? And of course, we could think about doing true colors, Roy G. Biv colors, right? Not just neutrals. In fact, that's what I tend to go for with throw pillows. And, as you guys know who listen to my podcast all the time, I regularly change out my throw pillows. I get sick of my throw pillows once every 8 months. And changing the throw pillows changes the entire vibe, because I recommend that like a standard sofa, just a straight sofa that's between 75 and 85 inches in length, would have 4 pillows, 2 sets of one type of pillow, 2 sets of another type of pillow. I usually do one solid that has texture and one set that is a pattern. With a sectional, I recommend at least 5 pillows. So my sectional has 5 pillows, much to my husband's chagrin, but I use the pillows all the time when I'm laying on the sofa because my husband wanted a deep loungy sofa. I always have to have one behind my back. And when I'm reclining and sourcing for clients, I always have one not only behind my back, but also behind my head. Sometimes I like to have one under my feet. I'm always using those pillows and they bop around the room. They sit on my armchair. Speaking of armchairs, you mentioned that you had a dark, vibrant blue. Well, when I'm selecting throw pillows, I don't just look at the one other element in the room, though I'm looking for contrast, so my pillows would not be a dark, vibrant blue. But what I would do is I'd go back to the reference point, which is always the inspiration piece. In your case, Rebecca, it might be a chair. It might be a rug, right? That has a pattern that has more than 3 colors. So maybe one of your chairs is the blue and maybe another chair is heavily patterned, say anthropology, and it has lots of colors that we could pull from to create our color palette. So it's usually an upholstered piece of furniture, drapes, artwork, rug. That would be your inspiration piece. I would go to that inspiration piece and select my 60-30-10. We already know that probably your 60 or your 30 is that vibrant dark blue, but we still need to pick the 10% color and the other color, right? We'll just say it's the 60%. Because we don't want this room to get too dark. And if I have a super dark couch that's gray and a very dark armchair that's blue, we need to lighten and brighten, and also we need to warm up the space. So while I can't tell you exactly what to do without seeing your inspiration piece, even though you can tell I want to, my inclination is always to tell people exactly what to do. What I can say is look for the contrast. Design, good design, is all about opposites that attract. That kind of relates back to Valentine's Day too. Do you guys think that's true? Opposites attract? My husband and I are very opposite in lots of ways. But whenever we have the most fun and get along the best, it's because of our similarities, in my opinion. A big thank you to Aton and the Embassy who wrote our theme song. A shout out to Catherine Heller who owns the podcast shop and is our editor extraordinaire. We also want to thank Ginny Sunasan and her team at the Savvy Podcast Agency for their help with our social, our YouTube channel, and so much more. We also want to thank Uploft, which is our parent company who supports this podcast. And lastly, we owe a huge debt of gratitude to you. Thank you so much for tuning in and for all your support.